Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with plenty of sun out there this morning with those hot and humid conditions. Starting to see those heat index values getting above 90 degrees, and do expect those to exceed 100 degrees as we get later in the day today. We do have that heat advisory in effect from 12 to 18 local today, and that will be the main story as we move through our Friday. We'll start to see some rain chances moving in as we go through our weekend. Looking at the current surface analysis, we have a decaying boundary to our south. Cold front well off to the north and northwest. We're going to see that approach in the area as we move through the overnight time frame. Out ahead of it, we'll see some shower activity developing, but expecting that to weaken as it pushes towards the area, bringing just a very slight chance of an isolated shower or storm during the overnight time frame, but should remain dry, and we'll see that front push through tomorrow as the backdoor front bringing in an onshore breeze will possibly relieve slightly some of the higher temperatures, but still looking fairly warm and muggy as we move through our weekend. Upper level winds this morning, seeing northwesterly in the mid levels, becoming westerly in the upper levels, seeing our peak wind of 23 knots at around 16,000 feet, but generally fairly weak winds through the column, seeing our freezing level at 16,100 feet. Our current visible satellite looking mostly clear as mentioned, just a few cumulus clouds around the area this morning, and should remain the case as we move through our day today. Latest high resolution model for the next 2 days, we'll see, as mentioned, mainly sunny conditions and dry conditions as we move through the day on the hot humid side. Going through the evening time frame, we see some of that shower activity developing out ahead of that boundary approach in the area, and we will see, as mentioned, generally that stuff will be weakening as it approaches our area, likely just seeing some additional cloud cover while things remaining dry. And then behind that front, as we move into Saturday, we'll see more of an onshore breeze. We'll see a slight chance of a pop-up shower during the afternoon, but that onshore breeze could help reduce some of the instability and reduce that possibility. But nonetheless, we'll see that slight chance carry over into the evening and early morning hours of Sunday as well. As you can see, the model indicating some reflectivity moving into the area, so can't rule out maybe an isolated shower or storm during that time frame as well as we move through the early morning hours of Sunday. We zoom out and look at the European model here, what we can expect for the extended forecast. Sunday looks to be the better chance of some pop-up shower or thunderstorm activity, possibly during the afternoon, even more so into the evening. As you can see, the European model indicating some widespread rain across the mid-Atlantic region during that time frame, with that fizzling out as we move through the overnight time frame into Monday. As we move through the extended forecast of next week, does look like we'll see some fairly minimal daily pop-up shower thunderstorm chances, but again, looking fairly minimal at this time, as we'll just be in a hot and humid weather regime for that time period. And as we get towards the middle portion of the week, we'll have an upper level trough that's going to try to settle in to our north, possibly bringing a boundary through the area for the second portion of the week, likely holding off till Thursday at this time. Still some disagreement with some of the modeling here, but current expectations are we'll have a boundary pushing through Thursday, possibly bringing some shower and storm activity into the area. And it does look like we could see some cooler temperatures, back to more seasonable temperatures behind that boundary, but again, a bit far out to really narrow down that timing at this time. 24-hour weather risk chart for today, mainly just showing our colors for that heat index above 100 degrees, yellow this morning, and then increasing to an orange as we move through the afternoon hours, as we do expect that heat advisory up to 103 degrees this afternoon. We'll start to see that dropping below 100 as we pass the 18 local time frame, lining up with that heat advisory we have issued. Actual high temperature will peak around 93 degrees. We'll see southwesterly winds 7 to 12 knots, with peak gust up around 17 knots. We'll see those winds subsiding as we move through the overnight time frame, with some additional cloud cover around the area as that decaying shower and storm activity approaches the area. Just a very slight chance of a shower or storm here locally at Wallops, but should remain dry, so keeping green conditions. Seeing that low temperature around 77 degrees, and tides are running normal. Extended forecast here, as mentioned, slight chance of an afternoon shower or storm starting tomorrow afternoon, and continuing into the overnight time frame looking at about 20% chance of that at this time. Keeping those temperatures in the upper 80s to just around 90, so still hot and humid. Slightly better chance for the PM time frame of Sunday, increasing to a 25% chance. As we get into next week, again, as mentioned, just a 15% chance for Monday and less than 10% chance as we move through the next couple of days of the week. But overall, seeing mainly partly cloudy, hot and humid conditions. See those high temperatures in the 90s. And then going into Thursday, that's when we see that next potential chance for some more substantial rain. Looking at about 20% chance at this time, with some uncertainty with that boundary pushing through. But that will bring the possibility for some shower and thunderstorm activity. Slightly cooler with our highs in the upper 80s and possibly seeing some cooler temperatures on the backside of that boundary as it pushes through. But again, we'll see how that plays out as we get closer to that time period. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again on Monday at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend.